talking about last time, they said that guy in West Memphis, man, bad choice, bad decision, however you want to put that, but running from the cops. Did somebody else run from the cops recently and got killed too?
Yes, about three in this week, 3 or
Yeah,
4 this
I mean,
week.
yeah, like so.
Yeah.
And people are saying like, well, they run from the police. They deserve the consequences they get. But is that a death sentence? You decide to make a foolish mistake and you die.
But you decide to make a foolish mistake. You got to rewind. You decide to make a foolish mistake.
Oh,
So
no,
when
no.
it's like a decision tree. You make a
They
foolish
deserve to
mistake
die.
and it splits off.
You deserve to die.
You don't deserve to die, but when you make that choice, you don't deserve to die, but when you make that choice, you rolling the dice.
Yeah.
Right?
But
You roll the dice, you got to accept how they fall, right?
yeah, but they're killing people, and we're giving them free reign to do that.
I'm not saying you get free reign. I'm saying when you make a bad choice.
I mean, they have a law. There's something they can do the pit maneuver with somebody.
But if you know that, if you know they can do the pit remover, should that be factored into your decision when you run, right or wrong?
What happened to the spikes?
No, but you can't. You got to be in front of right or
Yeah,
wrong.
you got to be in front of. Yeah.
People make.
No, I'm talking about because you.
People make dumb decisions all the time.
Yeah, and people get killed by making dumb decisions. Even in the project,
you
make a dumb decision.
People, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right? A 17-year-old kid runs from the police. You know what I mean? These people are not like super criminals. They don't have like what the people have the guns are. They're not human traffickers. They're chasing somebody for an ounce of weed. You kill somebody.
So what's your solution? What's your solution?
Like
a lot of states have no chase laws.
Yeah.
They don't. I mean, like, see, this cowboy stuff is crazy.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Y'all like, ooh, I get to do this. You know what I mean?
But it's them taking off crazy. If them running from the police crazy too, though. Just say I'm finna take off.
All of it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Two crazies don't make
no.
It's not going.
Okay. If who's in charge in your house? You or your children?
Yeah, I am right.
You're not going to match the interview of the child because you're more mature, right? You're the authority figure,
right?
Well, they're saying, well, if they do this to us, I'm gonna do it to them. That's what the police are saying.
And so now knowing that, when you know that, should you factor that into your decision? That's what I'm saying.
They're gonna do it.
You are the person that is in a position of authority.
No, I'm saying if I'm pulled over by the cops, I know if I run, they could do a pit maneuver. I could lose my life. If I take out.
These
people are not thinking straight. We don't know. We can't speak to their mental sanity, their mental state. But we know the police are clean, sober, and they're in a position of authority.
What I'm saying is when you make that choice and get on the playing field, on that playing field, anything goes on the field. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying how reality is reality.
It is wrong to kill somebody for a traffic stop.
Yeah. I am too, but did you put yourself in that position? That's all I'm saying. The people, did they put themselves in that position?
Of course they did, but once you take off, it's once you try to do.
This is what to kind of see, right? If I steal a honey bun, should you kill me?
No, but it could happen because you put yourself in harm's way.
No matter the offense, no matter what you do, if you do this, I can kill you and I will.
See, you're looking at it as I can kill you, but they're looking at I'm doing a pit maneuver.
No,
but you could possibly die from a pit maneuver.
A pit maneuver.
No, but you can kill other people too.
Hold on, Judge. A pit maneuver is somebody going 100 miles per hour is crazy.
Yes.
I don't care how they try to put it.
But somebody going 100 miles per hour is crazy too, right? Yeah. Too crazy is not gonna we're not gonna be right.
But I listen, I'm looking at it from both sides too now.
Yeah.
Because yes, you can do a pit maneuver. And yes, they might end up hitting somebody else and killing them in a car crash.
Yep.
And I think the police should be liable for the other people they killed that just driving.
Cause you gotta know when to use your judgment, right?
Right, both sides. It's a two-sided coin.
But 100 miles per hour trying to do a pit maneuver is crazy.
And just driving 100 miles per hour with ducking the dots on the freeway is crazy
It's
too. You know
crazy.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
Okay, listen.
You know, it ain't my
Who
life. It
get
ain't worth my life.
what?
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It ain't worth my life. I'm not doing it.
No, yeah, me personally, yeah, it's definitely not worth my life. But we're not. We can't just speak for us when we're policing the whole
I'm not
society.
speaking for the person. I'm saying the decision. When you
Okay,
make that
listen.
decision, you're playing with your life. That's what I'm saying.
You know what?
You
You
playing with
already
your
got their
life.
tags. You already got their tags. You already got this. Let them
Exactly.
go. Let them
Right.
go.
In
But what I'm
Dubai,
saying,
they don't, no,
We'll
in
catch them
Dubai
on the
they
move.
don't do any of that.
right.
They got cameras.
But what I'm saying is,
We gonna
when
get
you
you.
make choices with other humans involved, you cannot dictate what the other human would do.
No, but it's just
You
okay.
can't.
We're not slow. We're
Right.
not dumb. We have all this technology, and we're somebody's speeding, and we're gonna judge, jury, and executioner. That's not smart. And when you say making a decision, we know that the police officer is sober. We know that the
This
police
is
officer.
this is what I'm saying, right?
No.
Let
We know he's of sound mind,
right.
body, and judgment
What
because
I'm
he's
saying is
putting it
this.
working.
Troy
This
Aikman.
person, we don't know.
Troy Aikman, quarterback. If I run to the sideline and get there, I can get the first down. What's the risk involved? LeVar Arrington is gonna meet me. He gonna stop me before I get there. LeVar Arrington is sober, but you taking the risk instead of
No,
staying in the pocket, taking the
no.
sack. Instead of staying in the pocket, take
Those
what?
people are
What happened when he did that? What happened when Troy Aikman did that? He got knocked out. That was the last play of his career.
they're not on the same playing field, right?
You
The
said
police,
what?
they're not on the same playing field. Now
What I'm saying is you
we're
don't know what's gonna happen when you make
of
that
course
choice. You
we
don't
don't,
know what's
we're
gonna
not.
happen. That's what I'm
Listen,
saying.
what I'm
They
saying is
they tired of getting lost. They tired of getting beat. That's all this is.
exactly.
No,
That's all
No,
it
no, no.
is.
Another thing too, like you got to risk that. Like if as a black man, I
yeah,
can pull over and I can still die.
Yes.
yes.
Sitting in the
So
parking lot.
you know what I should have did? I should have left the house while black. That's what I should have did. And when
Mm.
I do, every time I leave with my son in the car,
There you go,
I'm
picking the
assuming
extreme.
the risk that I will die in the
Y'all
traffic
picking the
stop.
extreme.
You
I'm talking
got
about
to
making good
No, I'm
no,
choices.
not.
you gotta pick the string because you gonna think the
All
string too.
extreme because people are dying.
You gonna you have to pick the string because
So you saying you
it's
got to pick going on the freeway going 100 miles per hour?
no,
Risk, pit removal.
it's a little bit different. You know what
But
I'm
it's the
saying?
traffic stop. You know what I mean?
It's a little bit different, but the risk
No,
involved
no,
could
no, no.
cost you your life.
No, okay, this happened to me. This happened to me.
Right,
I'm not scary because I'm crazy. So
right.
I was pulled over by a state trooper. He told me to reach. I mean, he told me to get my registration. I
Yeah.
got it. He pulled a gun on me. I could have just drove off because I was scared because I'm not used to having guns
But
pointed at
why
me
did you? Why didn't you drive off?
because I'm not scared.
No. Why didn't you drive off?
No, I'm not scared to have a gun pointed in my face because
But
I'm
that's the
afraid
thing.
something's
You're
wrong
not
with me.
scared. What I'm
No,
saying, you made a sound decision not to
no,
drive
because
off.
something is wrong with me. You know what I mean?
No, this
I
is
don't
totally
know.
valid though.
Something is wrong with me. I don't reason situations correctly.
Why?
So
Because you still here. I mean, you didn't die. You didn't shoot you.
I could have
Wow.
He
been
didn't do a
shot.
pit maneuver.
He
He didn't do
could
a pit
have.
maneuver.
He would
I could have
have.
died. I could have died.
Right, right. But the chances.
Just reaching for
But
his
the
stuff.
chances of me dying while black, reaching for something in my car, are extremely high.
So what's the chance you dying while black versus a dying in the pit removal, percentage wise? What do you think?
I think it's drive one black is just a
You know,
little bit more.
I think they were both.
Yeah.
I
Y'all know,
think they
right? Yeah,
were
yeah,
both 90%.
yeah,
But my thing,
yeah.
my whole thing is, we're pulling somebody over that is extremely. They're not in their right frame of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Whether there's fear, whether there's drugs, or whether they're a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But we know the police officer is sober and he's making a decision like this.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just wrong. I
It's a
think
two-sided coin,
punishment.
man.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Two
I
wrongs
think
don't make a right.
punishment. Guess
Two
what?
wrongs don't make a right.
I agree with that, but I think the punishment is too severe for the small, minor offenses
That
that the people are doing, and they could kill. The police are putting innocent drivers at risk, and then they're blaming it on a criminal. A criminal doesn't have morals, but the police are supposed to have moral standards. They're supposed to be good.
So the
They're putting people,
person didn't put themselves at risk by going 100 miles per
no,
hour.
no, no. Let's not focus on the criminal. Let's
I'm
focus.
saying
No,
both sides of the coin. They're both putting themselves at risk.
no, you're putting people at equal responsibility.
But he
Criminal,
can't do the pit maneuver if you're not going 100 miles per hour running from it,
criminal
right?
is only responsible for himself. The police officer is responsible for the safety and well-being of those around him.
Everybody.
But if you're evading the police officer, you're disregarding the traffic. You know, they weaving through traffic.
You know
Because,
what?
but you're not
Yeah.
listening. The criminal is responsible for himself. The police is responsible for the safety of everyone around him. And
But
they're
see,
getting
what your
up-
determination of what safety is, with him trying to uphold safety, your determination, is it what the law is, or is it what you thinking it should be?
No, do people get hurt? No, it's results. Do innocent people get hurt? That's not involved in the crime.
Oh, we talked about that
And the
too.
answer is yes.
The dude that was in the truck, right? Should they have put their seatbelt on when he started running from the police? Should they have put their seatbelt on?
You're supposed to have a seatbelt on anyway.
No, I'm asking Judge.
You're supposed to have your seatbelt on anyway. But
Yeah, but even if they didn't, when he said, I'm not for to stop, whatever he did, he sped up. Should
And
they have
they-
put their seatbelt on?
they should have been taking them off trying to get out of the car.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, let
Yeah.
me out, dog. Let me out, dog.
Let me out, though.
they were basically, helping spawns in that situation.
Yeah, but I'm saying if they would have had their seatbelts on, they probably wouldn't have got ejected. That's what I'm saying.
But
Right.
even like when people can always say what they would or
Shoulda,
wouldn't
coulda,
do
woulda.
until
Right.
it start happening.
Right.
You
That's
know,
true.
because you be like, damn man, you ain't gonna stop. Like, say for instance, when I was younger, someone about to take them folks on a high speed chase.
Boy.
I'm innocent. I ain't did nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think? For one second, you think I was like, you know what? Let me put on my.
So
seatbelt.
let me ask you this. In that situation, would a stereotype have saved you a lot of time? If
What?
you'd have said, I'm not riding with this dude. I don't know what he got going on. He don't even own a car. He don't even own a car. I'm not going to get in the car with this dude.
Listen, but you know,
So it's his fault.
I'm not saying it's his
It-
fault.
it
I'm
is
saying
my
you can't you
fault.
avoid sometimes. Can stereotype help you avoid?
like some shit
what?
just happened. Like you,
Yeah, I know that. I understand it.
But you can
Like-
avoid a lot of stuff by not leaving the house.
You can. I'm a witness to that. You can, yeah.
You know,
But-
like
but stuff had happened while you at home.
Like so if the driver of a car runs from the police, that gives the police the right to kill everyone in the car. And then your answer to that, they should have got in the car with them. Tough.
Choices.
Wow.
And that's
Thinking game. That's what we call the thinking game.
That's
Choices.
some ignorant stuff. That's some BS right there.
Yeah.
How
How many people we know that was with somebody that was about that and they got killed just because they was with them?
It ain't got to be about that.
That's just a split second decision that person made for whatever reason.
What Scarface say? It take a minute to pray and a second to die. Do I need to say anything else?
I mean, I think that it's Wild West cowboy stuff.
That's just like dudes we know
These are
that
men-
rob bank. Just like dudes we know that rob bank. They come say, hey man, you want to rob the bank with us? Why would that be a rational decision to go with and rob a bank? It's not rational at all.
These police officers are playing games. They think
But I think when you run, when you run, you put the quarter in the machine to play the game, though. That's what I'm saying.
but I don't think somebody deserves to
Nobody
die.
deserves it, but I'm saying when you make a tough choice.
But that's what's happening. That's what's happening.
But it all starts from a choice, right or wrong.
It's just, like, why aren't they so hard on these sex
No,
traffickers?
I'm not. What I'm saying is,
You know what I mean? Like they killing. They ain't caught a kidnapper in a million years, but they're killing people for speed every week.
but the question is too, why would you make the choice to run from a police officer when he pulled you over?
I'm just riding. Hey, man, I'm just riding in the car.
Okay. All right.
So you're victim blaming. You
I'm
are
not blaming. I'm looking at the choice. No, I'm
victim
not.
blaming. Like
No, that's your
everybody in
opinion.
the car deserves to die because one person
There's one
made
thing
the
we was taught in
decision.
school. One thing we was taught in school: choices and consequences. We taught that, right?
Yeah, so
Every
no,
choice has a
you're
consequence.
saying they're responsible for their choice to get in the car with a family member, and that family member does something. One person does something dumb, and three people die for one person, and you thought these people deserve to die
What I'm
because
saying
oh,
is that dude in that
that's what
truck,
you did.
that dude in that truck got people in the truck with him. He had no business doing that. Running from the cops with other people in the car with you.
But you think those other people deserve to die
I didn't
because
say that.
one
I didn't
person
say
made a
that.
choice.
I said they died
You're
because he made a bad
justifying the police.
decision.
You're
No, I'm
justifying
not.
the police's
No, I'm
act.
not. I'm not justifying people. I'm saying he made a bad decision with other humans involved. If you know the police gonna do that, why would you do that? That's what I'm saying. It ain't like they just started doing the pit maneuver yesterday. They've been doing it for years.
Yeah, you
That's all I'm saying. And
but
if
we're
you know they've
supposed to
been
be
doing
growing.
it,
We got all this technology. We're supposed to be growing as a society.
that's just like I'm saying. What I'm saying with Patrol Aikman. You know, if you're a quarterback, if you go outside the pocket, a linebacker can
No,
catch you
that's
slipping.
his life. There's only one person's life. There's only four Anchorman's life.
But that's what I'm saying. The dude that was in the truck.
It's somebody else's life.
If you got other people involved,
So, so,
you
so,
you're putting them at risk by your
Guess
choice.
what?
hold
No. Take the focus off of him. What about the other people? What do those other people do in that car to deserve what they get? What the police gave them?
They didn't do. That's what I'm saying. They didn't do. He messed them up by the choice that he made. That's what I'm saying.
And
He
then
has to be. So he don't have no accountability. He don't have no accountability at all.
yes,
The dude that drove the truck.
he
dude.
has accountability for himself, and he did something, but he did one thing. But you're saying just because he did that gave them the legal right to kill them, to kill those people.
According to law, he not to kill them, but do the pit maneuver, and they died as a result of it.
And then guess what? Is that right or wrong?
What's
You
that?
say it's right because he chose to run from the
I didn't
police.
say it's right. I'll tell you what the law is.
It's always but.
I'm telling you what the law is.
It's
See,
always a
we
but,
looking at
but
it
you don't
from
say
we
it.
looking at it for how we looking at it, but when you go in the courtroom, they know what their legal rights are.
What
You
you
know
say?
what your legal rights are.
What's
What'd you
right or
say?
wrong? Like, you know what I mean? Killing people for minor traffic or violations. Like, that's
Like I said, two wrongs don't make a right. That's what I'm saying.
I get, like this killing somebody for stealing a honey bun. You shouldn't
And
be
they do
stealing,
that. They
but
do that in the Middle East. They'll cut your arm off, right? If you steal a honey bun with your right hand,
they
they'll cut your
your
right
arm
hand
off,
off.
they don't kill you.
It
But
can't kill you though. Getting your arm cut off can't kill you. Gangrene.
but you got to think about the mental state of anybody who thinks it is a good idea to run from this police at this day and time. So you got to immediately assume this person's mental capacity ain't good. Their reasoning and their decision.
But what I'm saying is you don't know the capacity of the police officer that's pulling you over either.
We should.
That's what I'm saying.
Should know the capacity.
But you don't, because they're human just like you are. They're human just like you are. They're not robots. They're not RoboCop where they're programmed. They're human too.
You shouldn't be on the job if you shouldn't be on the job if you.
They should be sober and not cowboys trying to have fun playing bumper cars on the expressway.
It can go both ways. They shouldn't be doing it, and they shouldn't be running from the police knowing that they can pit maneuver you.
But no, like you said, like you're putting these people that are impaired. Sometimes some people are scared of the police because video after video of being shot.
But does that give you an excuse to break the law because you impaired though?
Hold on.
No. If you're mentally incapable of making
because the cop don't know that if he pull you over, he don't know that you're mentally impaired.
Exactly.
But you taking off going 100 miles per hour though,
What,
and you don't know what's on that cop mind when he pulling you over.
Damn, he had a rough day.
Man,
he probably should took out work.
You know what I mean?
So, but that's what I'm saying. You never know. That's just like in the hood. You never know. You go talking crazy to somebody, you don't know what that person on. You don't know.
It's other civilized ways to do things.
It should be, but that's not how the world works. We both know that, right?
A lot of other states
There's nothing that's definite. When you make a decision, it's always a two-part. It's not just one thing that's definite, right? That's part of decision making.
True.
It could be two or three different things that can happen when you
People
make a
are not
decision.
making rational decisions because their mental state. I
And if
mean,
you don't make rational
No.
decisions, you're
they
taking the
Listen.
deserve to
risk.
die. No, you just said they deserve to die because
I
they.
didn't say that. I said you got to
No.
take the risk of what come with it. That's what you said.
No. It's really like I promise you, it's really like they tired of watching Little Rock Hood news and seeing people get away. That's all it is.
I can see
That's
that.
I promise you, that's all it is. Like these
I can
boys
see
got
that.
first of all, they got bigger guns than you. So you already scared. Two, they got cars that go way faster than y'all.
Boy, scat packing that thing.
You know what I'm
Boy, crazy.
saying? And it's the simple fact that you just can't take a L. It's
On both
okay.
sides. On both sides. It's both sides.
No, it's only one side.
Yes, it's two
Police
sides.
shouldn't be taking this stuff.
Offense, defense. Offense, defense.
Mhm.
It's not a game, but they're playing a game.
But
They're
when
playing
you
the
run from the
game.
police, like you playing the game. Like you can't catch me. That's
No,
what you're
But
saying.
they're, I mean,
no.
they're cops. They, this is their job,
Okay.
and they run around having fun in bumper cars.
Mm. It's
But
simple.
you gave them the opportunity because you ran though, right?
You
You
that
justify.
person gave it.
You can't play bumper cars if a person not running from you.
It's
I'm not
overkill.
justifying it. I'm just talking about the
You are.
reality.
You saying they
No, it's
opened up.
reality.
No, you
Sometimes
saying
reality is not
for.
justifiable. It's
No,
reality.
we're just saying if it's wrong for them to do that. If somebody's just, we don't know what they're. It's crazy. We have different ways of catching people. We have too much technology to be doing a caveman shit like this.
Uh,
But they're
so
gonna do it. But they're gonna
so
do it though.
They
so
gonna do it. They
hold
gonna
on.
do it. They
So
are.
Yeah. So
is
if you know they're capable of doing this, why challenge it? That's what I'm
so
saying. Why try them? That's
so
all
is
I'm
it
saying.
so is it justifiable if they hit the lights? Well, we was taught to go to a well lit area.
Ooh, what about that?
So like
But you don't got to go to a well in hell. We're doing 100 miles per hour, though, do you?
no,
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 he's not
see.
talking about that case.
There
Why
you
would you
go.
always go to 100 miles per hour?
No, listen to what I'm saying. When you running
There's
from the
even somebody
police,
going
listen to
35.
what I'm saying. When you're on the scat pack, he's not going to where he's just taking off. He just go
No,
slow down the
I
street.
ain't talking about. Cause
You
hold
hard.
on, cause
I've done it. I've done that before.
listen,
I've been
listen.
pulled over and I will ease up to a well lit area and then go.
No, like certain like that they did a pit maneuver a few years ago. A pregnant woman ain't did nothing. She was like, okay, let me go to a well lit area just
Close
off
to you,
GP. And what did they do? You ain't heard nothing else about it, right? You ain't heard nothing else about it. Cause what? You're in the wrong. Just cause you like, oh yeah, they about to take out run. And she wasn't even going 70, 80, 90 mile per hour. She was
30
going
And
miles per
65.
hour. People.
and like we said too, case by case basis, right?
Mm.
But you always go to the case where
No,
somebody's doing 100 miles per
I was
hour.
just talking about the
You
truck.
can
Was he
really go
going at?
to the
Was he going that fast in the truck?
What truck?
With the two women
yeah,
lost one lost their arm and one lost their life.
yeah, the people who died, whatever you are,
How fast was he going?
but they're doing pit maneuvers when you just because you went a little bit further, you got a cop with an attitude when they
I'm
get
not saying. I'm
guns at you,
saying what
when
I'm
they pit
saying is.
maneuver a pregnant woman going 30 because she wanted to go a mile up
But
the
see,
road.
that's what you was talking about, the white hoods, and then only one person do something. That's the 10%. But what about the 90%? That's what I'm saying.
And guess what? So some of the people are getting hurt because they're scared of black people with tint in their cars. They got to come out with a gun every time they pull you. I got expired tags. Why are you pulling the gun on me?
Yeah. I had two officers pull me over and they ain't even left the parking lot. Ain't even left the parking lot. It was
Man,
a,
I was going down what street was that? Main Street, bro. Went down from Roosevelt to Main Street. Man, I knew I wasn't speeding. I was actually coasting. Pulled me over, had the gun on me and everything. Pulled my gun out, took the bullet out. He said, "Oh man, good thing you got it loaded, man. I like it. What kind of gun is this?"
You see?
Wasn't even
Oh,
speeding. Wife was like, "Man, you wasn't even speeding. You was just coasting." But
they fact checking you
take
already.
the loss. I take the
They,
loss and keep moving.
they
Live to
knew
see another
they
day.
knew you had that
Live to
concealed
see
carry.
another day. Live to see another day. You're right.
But
I'm
I
wrong.
don't think. But guess what? Some people don't want to bow down and submit to that. You know what I mean? Some
And
people
you
think
take a risk.
pride,
You gotta understand they come with a risk.
yeah,
Right?
no. Some people think their pride and their dignity is worth dying for, and
Okay.
and
Okay.
they do. You know what I mean? I don't think it's right or wrong.
No,
But
I'm just saying, but take the risk. Can you take the risk to come with it? That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you gotta die for something.
Right. Like
Okay.
that's only thing we saying. Like Mike, I agree with you. What you're saying,
It sound like y'all not. It
but
sound like y'all said y'all
no,
said.
no, I
Yeah.
agree to a certain extent because
I agree with y'all that it's wrong, but I'm saying when you make choices with other humans involved, you don't know what the other human to do. Sometimes people make choices thinking this human is gonna do A, but then they go do B.
yeah, but
That's
in the
what I'm
way
saying.
I'm
You
telling
don't
you,
know. You know what I'm
the
saying?
way the
But
way it's the way it's coming off is like no, you like you have a choice. Now sometimes even if you can be with your cousin now, and they'll do something, you be like, man, damn, I
But
wasn't
what
even
I'm saying is,
expecting it.
if you know your cousin's reputation and you know they're
No,
about their life,
it's sometimes the people keep that stuff up under
nah, you
wraps.
know, you deserve it.
Nah,
You know,
nah, I'm
you
telling
know,
you. Like
man,
some,
you
you be
know,
like, oh yeah, they can go to the
nah,
store. They can go to the
nah.
store.
You get in the car that you see, he don't even got a key. He just doing it with a screwdriver.
yeah, you always talk about the worst. That's always
He got a bandana. He got a bandana wrapped around the steering column. Nah, dog. I'll
But
catch
if
y'all
we
later.
take, I'm talking about if we take the criminals out of this, what about these other innocent people that's driving on the highway?
You're not a criminal until you break the law, though, right?
No, 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 no. I'm not
What?
talking like the criminal drives off. He's trying to run away.
Was he a criminal in the truck? Was he a criminal?
You become a criminal when you break the law. So you
Yeah,
immediately a
no,
criminal.
he was the dude
Bill
that
said he
dude
was.
that dude that ran. Yeah,
Like it was
but
a woman. It was a woman they were chasing after. She crossed the Memphis line. They
I
was trying to.
saw her.
They couldn't get to her, but she was across the Memphis line. She could have killed herself doing that without the pit maneuver. That's the
Yeah,
risk she took. That's what I'm saying. The risk you
but
take when you make a choice.
I think she made the right decision because she could have probably got killed
Yeah,
if she
she
was
could have got
out.
fired. But I'm saying, what if she would have got killed without the pit maneuver? Would y'all still blame the police?
No.
no,
I think they would. They would have said something because the police would have
no,
never chased her. She wouldn't have been in high duress like that, and she wouldn't have got killed. You know, what I'm saying they always close. Get out of here, man.
that's lawyer talk. That sounds like
Yeah,
some
but
lawyer
like,
talk.
but I'm saying, like, what about the innocent people? Like the criminal is driving away, they're fleeing. So you're gonna put somebody, these like thousands of people, like,
In their interpretation, they're saying that they're putting people in harm by evading the police and weaving through traffic.
Oh, it's
okay,
like
yes,
it's
they are. So we're gonna add to that, trying to cause a
Because they got to uphold the law, right?
trying
Serve
to
and protect.
control the
They got to
crash.
uphold the law, serve and protect,
no,
right?
they ain't serving protecting nothing.
That's
All
what
right,
how you
so they
looking at.
people
That's how you looking at it. We're
Nothing.
not trained police officers. We're not trained police officers or state
Cool.
troopers.
listen. They pit maneuver somebody. They go into oncoming traffic and hit 3 other cars and kill 3 other people. The police are responsible for that.
Man, you wanna play
Yeah.
games like you said. What you
Hey,
say, Jay?
Oh
You
no, no,
play.
no, no.
You
That's
want to
the
play
criminal.
stupid games? You get stupid prizes, right?
Guess what? But who
because I don't even want
the
to get
criminal
started on
is
it because it's gonna
the
take it to
criminal
a
is
whole nother
playing the
level.
game. But why the other people, innocent people, in
You
oncoming
cannot dictate how the other people playing the game. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I understand what you're saying,
what
but you
about the
can't
other
say.
people?
You said
Look at
what?
the other people, the innocent people, the
Unfortunate
civilians.
things. Unfortunate
They
things
deserve
happen
to
to
die.
innocent people. No,
They deserve to die
no,
because the
no.
police pitted somebody,
They
a
they
criminal.
don't they don't deserve to die, but they was put in harm's way by 2 bad decisions. How about that?
If we eliminated and put public safety first, things like this wouldn't happen.
They wouldn't if you had public safety first. You wouldn't even evade the police officer. You just go through the process and get it done. It has to be both sides, public safety on both
It is
sides.
so bad. I think ego has a lot to do with it.
On both sides. On
Man,
both sides. Both
No,
sides of the
man.
fence.
this criminal got
Yes.
away. Now I understand if they had a child in the car, they was trying to kidnap somebody, life or death situation. But you're so, I can't let this dude get away.
I
Everything's
can't.
dependent on it. You only
I
get
can't.
one shot. You know what
I
I mean?
don't hey,
You
I don't
need
know
to
what the
playing
other
8
person
Mile
thinks.
in his
You
head.
don't know what another person's thinking. You don't know. That's what I'm saying. You don't know. You just don't.
You know, but
It's
I
just
don't know.
like it's not right to take a dude manhood, but then guess what? In the penitentiary, they will do it. It's not right, but they'll do it. You put yourself in harm's way, they'll do it.
So
So
no,
it's
so you telling me if you do anything to get in
justifiable.
prison, you
It's just
deserve to be sexually
No,
assaulted
no,
because
you
you
don't.
wrote a hot
But
check?
you can put yourself at
hold,
risk.
hold on. So it's
How does
just
it make sense?
hold on. So it's justifiable homicide, right?
You said what?
It's justifiable homicide, right?
What's that?
That's
No, I
like
think that that state trooper will have to live with that too. He got
no.
to
I'm
live
just
with that
saying it's
too.
justifiable.
No, but he
It's
likes it.
justifiable.
Like nobody's sad because they kill a deer. They hang that deer's head on the wall. That's a badge of honor. So
That's
he's proud
just
of
your
it.
interpretation of how you're looking at it. What I'm saying is two wrongs don't make a right. And when you're making decisions with other humans, you don't know what
Yeah.
the other human gonna do or what they're thinking. You just don't. You just don't. It's just like
But
if
you
we
can
going to,
read
it's
people.
just like if me, you, and Pierre go in the men's bathroom, who's to say all three of us can go use the bathroom in the urinal? We don't know that. Somebody might go in the stall, somebody might go in the urinal, or two of us might go to the urinal. You don't
I'm not
know.
going in the
But
bathroom
we
twice.
out taking a piss though.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't know how it's gonna happen.
But and I think that's the flawed way of your thinking. You make
Okay.
one decision, you are entitled to everything that bad that comes with it.
No, you don't know what's coming. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's like playing
No, but
roulette. It's like throwing a ball on a roulette table. You don't know where it's gonna land.
Uh,
but
That's what I'm saying.
you think you deserve like when it land on
I'm
double
not saying
zero.
I'm not saying you
You think
deserve
everything
anything.
that goes
What
with it.
that's an
The
entitled
analogy,
mindset. That's an
no, the
entitled. I'm saying
analogy you just used. Hey, this
it's
person,
taking a risk. It's taking a risk. It's called
this
roulette.
person
You
goes
taking a
to
risk. When the
right.
bu- when the thing is spinning, you got a choice. Do I want to throw the ball on here or do I not do that? If I do that, I take the gamble. I got to take what come with it, right or wrong.
This person writes a hot check.
So yeah, I'm glad you said that. Did they make the choice to write the high check?
Yeah, they made they thought they could write this for their mortgage just a little bit. The money
But
is
you
not
still
going
know
to
the risk involved. Do
no
you
no
not
no
know the
no
risk
no
involved?
no no. So the risk is they could go to jail, but they end up going to jail. They get you think everything that happens to them in this prison is their fault because they wrote a hot check.
Oh, you remember we talked about this? It was a case where a guy went to jail unfairly, or he was not guilty, and he ended up murdering somebody in jail, defending himself. And because they found out that he wasn't guilty, they said if he was found not guilty, he would never went to jail. He would never murdered the person in jail. Am I saying? Did that sound about right?
That sound right, yeah.
Okay, okay.
But he still
So
killed
see,
the
they go
person.
that butt. See, get your
I
testifying
mean,
butt in the
in that
trunk,
let him
man.
go. If they let him go,
Yeah,
hey,
they did. They did. They let
hey,
him go. They
hey,
let him
one
go.
thing.
I don't think they
Hey,
do.
one thing
They
about
did. They let him
see
go.
Mike he uses but he don't say it. It makes it like when you make your argument, it's once you say but you're like, oh no, everything you said is dismissed. No, but when people do stuff, yes, they made a bad decision. And the people that's just like, damn, I was just right. So now, damn, now I gotta deserve that.
He basically saying they deserve that
Thank
because they got a
you.
That's
car.
what y'all saying. What I'm saying is
I'm
you don't
telling you,
you
that's how they
your
looking at
your
it.
bad decision can have a result effect on other people. That's what I'm saying.
No,
That's just common sense. That's just common sense, right?
no, I know what you're saying, but you ain't gonna say but though. But I get what you're saying though.
Okay. That's all I'm saying.
All right, good discussion.
I
Peace.
know,
Yeah.
right?
Don't
know,
forget to
right?
hit the like and subscribe buttons, scrubs. And we're not arguing. We're
Oh
just
man, we
giving
do this
opinions.
all day. This what makes you greater, man. Sharpen that blade. But all
Mhm.
right, guys, we signing out. Thanks for watching.
There can be only one.